Since the National League adopted the full-time designated hitter in 2022, the Mets have struggled to fill that position adequately, finishing in the bottom half of the league in production over the last 2 seasons, filling the role with an underwhelming cast of characters at the position. The Mets entered spring training this year with the expectation that 24-year-old Mark Vientos would take the reins at the position. Vientos is currently suffering from what I'd like to call quadruple A syndrome, bouncing back and forth between AAA and the bigs, displaying tremendous power throughout his minor league career, but struggling with consistency at the big league level. He'll show his glimpses of raw power that would fit perfectly in a DH role in the majors. He'll also show his inability to lay off bad pitches, racking up a career chase rate of 39%. Going into 2024 with a questionable pitching rotation, if the Mets have any intention on competing, the offense will need to carry this team, which would most likely require a breakout season from Vientos. But that all changed when at nearly the 11th hour of spring training, the Mets inked 6-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, and World Series champion J.D. Martinez to a team-friendly 1-year $12 million contract, providing the team with a proven middle-of-the-order power bat and finally solidifying the DH role for this team. Martinez is the quintessential designated hitter. Not one of these platoon specialists that look like Babe Ruth versus righties, but then look like a T-baller versus lefties. He hits them both, like a major leaguer should be able to do. Just look at these career splits. See, no major disparity one way or another. Martinez is a smart, battle-tested hitter with a propensity for postseason success. I mean, the guy's literally addicted to the postseason. When it comes to the clubhouse dynamics, he's a true veteran player that could help mentor the younger players like Brett Baty, Francisco Alvarez, and yes, even Mark Vientos. Also, manager Carlos Mendoza had no issue handing over number 28 to JD. That alone will tell you how respected he is. The longer JD went unsigned this offseason, the more of a no-brainer this move became. His price point came down to a respectable figure that both sides could agree on. It's not one of these unmovable multi-year contracts. It's 1 year. Regardless of how you feel about what direction this team is moving, signing a veteran who can actually hit the ball to a 1-year deal shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. The idea that the Mets can't try to compete in 2024 while remaining cognizant of the future is ludicrous, when winning 84 games can literally land you a playoff spot. This is a year where the Mets are playing with house money. They win 85 games? Great. They lose 85 games? Whatever. I think the emergence of the third wildcard spot allows teams like the Mets to be half in and half out. There are plenty of legitimate things for Mets fans to complain about, between David Stearns dragging his feet when it comes to the Pete Alonso contract extension, the team's future at third base, the lack of frontline starting pitching we have in our system. The list goes on and on. But the J.D. Martinez signing is not one of those. We finally have a DH. A real DH.